Well, by the time this comes out, it would have already passed, but the Gucci Mane and Jeezy Verzuz is about to go off. And I remember when it was originally announced where it was Jeezy versus T.I.
Yes.
And I remember, I even said this in interviews and online, I'm like, this is cool, but what people really want to see is Gucci and Jeezy.
Now.
And it happened.
Yes.
Now, you were going to say something?
Yes. Now, I did a movie with Gucci.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, is Birds of a Feather. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Gucci played in that together.
Zaytoven was
Zaytoven.
Yeah,
yep.
Right.
I know Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
I know T.I. So we're gonna talk about all that. I felt bad that Busta was coming down on T.I. I felt bad that, to me, I thought Busta was bullying T.I.
He wasn't, I didn't feel like he was bullying. I think what T.I. said was that generationally, that Verzuz doesn't make sense because Busta is an older artist and the majority of his sort of real catalog was before T.I.'s time.
Yes, but let me go deeper.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Busta Rhymes perform?
Yeah, he's incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Anybody should fear Busta Rhymes because his show is on a whole nother level. I don't think there's anybody, and I really mean this, I don't think there's any artist that can go toe to toe with Busta Rhymes. So when I saw him going at the T.I., I was like, oh no, Busta, T.I. can't mess with you. And T.I. bowed out gracefully, and I respect T.I. for what he's done and his hard working. And I thought it was amazing when he got pushed into a corner and he said, let's bring on Jeezy and Busta. But to fast forward to the verses, I think, of the decade between Gucci and Jeezy, I didn't know the history.
Oh, I knew the history.
Yeah, they told me you knew the history. Yeah, see, when I was talking to my people out in Scranton, Pennsylvania, they said that you knew what was going on because I think you did an interview or something on one of the situations. And when I found out about somebody getting shot, someone dying, this is why what they're doing is great for the culture. And let me explain to you why. I've always talked about on the show, men controlling their emotions. I always talked about putting yourself in a better situation. Well, knowing that one of their friends died, knowing that there was a chain involved, there was a shooting, Gucci Mane beat the case because of self-defense, for these two to be in the same room, and if they can get past this and somehow shake hands afterwards or even give each other a brace, regardless of the hate that you see out here, right? Or talking to Jeezy that he's this and that, or talking bad about Gucci, it's bigger than that. If these two can come together and work, it's going to be great for the culture, the show that as you grow older, you get wise, you become better men, you get stronger. A good example is The Godfather. See, when Marlon Brando's son got shot, Sonny, Marlon Brando still had to sit down and deal with the people that killed his son because it was about business. And could you imagine the pain? Your son that you love dearly, you still have to sit down with these group of people that killed your son?
Yeah, I mean, the story with Gucci and Jeezy, from what I understand, because I remember I interviewed Zaytoven about this. Gucci had a song called So Icy.
Yes.
That Jeezy was featured on. And there was some sort of friction over that song, whether it was supposed to be on someone's album or someone else's album. There was some sort of issue. I remember I even interviewed I interviewed Jeezy about this really early on. And I brought it up. He's like, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm icy. Like, I don't give a shit about that. But from what the producer told me is that he thinks it's something to do with that. And we'll play that. So at what point did did Gucci and Jeezy have the falling out? Because they both have a hit single together for the first time in their lives. Like, what happened?
That I'm not really sure, man. You know, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's the ownership of the song or not being able to share the song equally. Maybe became the problem.
Now, Zay was the producer of that?
Zay was the producer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then do you know Zay's history? Zay is a producer, but you know he cuts hair.
Didn't know that part.
Listen to me. Zay producer. I mean, he goes to a barbershop and cuts people's hair every week.
Really?
And I took that as, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he also plays organ in his church. And he
Yes.
and he gives 10% of his money back to the church.
Yes, I met his mother.
To this day,
I met his dad, met his mom. They always at the premiere.
He doesn't swear, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke.
Very nice young man.
Very
nice.
The opposite of like Gucci. And the fact that they're so close has always been interesting to me. So there was some sort of friction over that song. They started dissing each other. Jeezy puts out a mixtape. There's a song on there where he basically says, I'll give X amount of dollars, someone bring back Gucci's chain.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of guys affiliated with Jeezy end up running up into a house that Gucci was at. I think he had taken a stripper home or something like that.
Wow.
In an effort to rob him or do something to him. The story is that Gucci had a pistol on him, ended up killing one of them.
Right.
Right. And he put out a song later on where he said, go dig your partner up. I bet you can't say shit.
Right. And I read that and I wasn't understanding what I was reading.
That's a verse.
Yes.
That's Gucci talking about Jeezy's homie.
I figured it out today. It took me a minute. I'm slow. Once I put the two and two together, I said, oh shit.
And that's essentially a checkmate. Like, what do you respond to that?
Yes.
What can you say?
Now, that's what makes this even more incredible, right?
Yeah.
For them two to be in the room. And if they can get past that verse, if they can get past what happened, it's going to be huge for the culture. I think that it can really make young men say, you know what, those two brothers can get past that. We should try to take a shot to treat each other with utmost respect.